What's happening, guys? I am disturbing the peace big time and doing some HVAC work. I'll turn you down in a second, but I just want to show you the data plate so you get an idea of what I'm working on and figure it out for yourself before I tell you. Need to vac that one out a little bit more. That's all the heavy stuff. This thing cleaned up very nicely, way better than I expected it to with the shorter time I put into it. Look at that, all them terminals are freaking beautiful yet. And I will do something about the volume. Yeah, MMR is playing good jams for the night as usual. So I'll start with this Chrysler Airtemp I'm redoing. I'm not going to pull the cooling system out of it because I don't have to look at it. It's immaculate the way it is. I have to new bright everything one more time. I'm not going to be plugging this unit in for a few days yet, so it's okay to get that motor drenched like that. I actually did it on purpose. It ate like a layer of freaking grease and crap off of it. And these are unique because these ones, just like the Philco Fords, suck the air in through the condenser and blow it out the sides. The only downfall of this, if there is one, is the fact that you're not getting cool air over the compressor. But honestly, I don't really think that's as big of a problem as you might think it is. Had a really small factory drain hole right here, like a pinhole. I made it down to 3. I got it to 3/8, like all the other ones I usually do. The refrigerant lines, cap tubes. So I gotta try to get them away from there. I should clear the edge. This coil must have like a protective coating on it or something like that because it's still black and it doesn't foam up like it did the first couple times I new brighted it. Here's the capacitors of your cap for the compressor. It's a 20 microfarad at 370 VAC. So that 19, oh, actually it says the date. It's a 1970 unit, and the compressor can confirm that as well. Like I said, I do have to hose it off at least one more time. It's pretty nasty. Like I said, it's old. It was in the Wells Fargo building in downtown Pottsville for years. What does a fan one say? Here's the one for the fan in case anyone has a high efficiency Chrysler 9000 BTU unit. This one's a 7 microfarad at 236 VAC. I'll just up them all to the bigger ones for at least 370. So let these air dry overnight. Like I said, I'm not going to be plugging this unit in for at least a few days after doing this to it. But like I said, it was covered in a lot of crap. This is one of 2 units I'm thinking about giving to my neighbor across the street. So it spins freely. Like I said, I gotta get the shop vac and get the rest of that, but this is all new brighted. Cleaned up pretty nicely. I got a little bit right there I can see yet. That's gotta get, like I said, it's gotta get new brighted again. It's in really good shape. It's just really disgusting. Here's the case. Case is in good shape. And here's barely a speck of rust on this whole entire thing. Look at that. There's a little tiny bit right here. I'm gonna get the wire, brush that off, get a nice coat of black paint. I call these units the Vader models because everything inside of them is black. Like I said, the new bright got most of it off. So I'm going to do what I can with it and get it cleaned up the best I can. Put it back together, and all the terminals look good. The only thing I want to check, this is the one I'm concerned about. I always check the terminals now, from, you know, from my personal experience. I've paid for it on 2 occasions now, but both of them were installed before I got as far into it as I do. So I got to take this panel off here and see how good or bad looking the terminal connections for the B series compressor actually look. This unit here is 9,000 BTUs and uses 7.5 amps and 900 watts at the worst possible conditions. That's telling me 130 degree ambient temperature and sitting in the beaming sunlight, it's going to use 900 watts. So at its worst, this unit has an energy efficiency rating of 10, which in 1970 was phenomenal. And honestly, you're probably using half of that, maybe 500 or 600 watts. So this thing is actually more efficient, technically speaking, on a run on a normal conditions than a unit that you buy today. And for all you energy efficiency guys, you're falling for the biggest scam in the freaking industry. It is complete nonsense, complete bullshit. Hook a freaking watt meter up to it if you don't believe me. Do it. And the longevity of these things will last you forever and beyond. The other potential one is this 10,000 BTU Emerson Quiet-Cool Moduleaire, which also is pretty efficient. Now this is a 1980s model. That's actually, and this one's pretty efficient too. Again, it uses a fraction of what it's rated at. But this one here, that's 15 years older, maybe even more than 15 years older, is actually more efficient than this one with a rotary compressor. And that's what's so great about the Tecumseh B series. So that being said, for now, both these units will get their own video when they're done and ready. However, for now, I'm just doing a combination video on the two just so you guys get an idea of what I got going on right now. And KB has your favorite feature. Constant run. Now, I haven't really had, honestly, for me, I haven't had much luck with the Chryslers over the years. This one here was only sweating up until about here, but was blowing ice cold air even when it was 90 degrees out. Like, it was blowing good. It's actually sweating up a little bit higher than that now. I think it just had to let the, you know, the 22 pump through it a little bit. The compressor hasn't run in probably 30 years, I bet you. Like I said, that was on top of the Wells Fargo building in Pottsville, which, to my knowledge, hasn't been used as an office building since before I was born. So you got that working its advantage. Most of this stuff I can clean up without taking anything apart, so I'm going to do that, get a nice coat of paint on it, make sure it's clean, make sure it doesn't stink, and go from there, put it back together. I do want to redo the Pentastar logo on that one. You can see it's faded basically to nothing, which isn't really a big deal. I've restored a few of those Pentastar logos. They're not too bad. Just tape off the high parts and paint over it, and then peel the tape off. Then bam, you got a brand new blue Pentastar logo. But yeah, 10.0 energy efficiency at the worst possible conditions. Suck on that one. Like I said, from you guys that talk about efficiency, you guys really don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Sorry to say it, but it's true. That being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Peace.